hand. Take it, Leon.
Oh.
Gotta have a Jones for this,
No.
Jones for that. Well, this running with the Joneses, boy, just ain't where it's at. No.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I can't keep up at all.
Is this another Night at the Apollo?
Well, my selection was more about keeping up with the Joneses themselves.
Oh, you got that right, because mine was Mrs. Jones. Yours is more appropriate.
This must be a black thing or something, because all I could think about was like, oh, did you know David Bowie's real name was Davy Jones? And there was a big fight with the guy from the Monkees over the name. That's what I was thinking
I thought you were
about.
talking about Harrison Ford or Shia LaBeouf.
What?
Indiana
The Jones.
Oh, get out.
Come
Okay,
on,
all
man.
right, all right.
That's
All
what
right.
I'm thinking.
Reason why
It's not about that?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Reason why I'm bringing up all these Joneses is because we're talking about this movie, The Joneses.
I got a Jones to talk about this movie.
I knew somebody was going to do that.
Really?
I was expecting it to be Cyrus.
Yeah,
but
you
I
never,
had to beat him to it.
ever get to talk shit about my puns ever
Yeah.
again.
You really don't. I even heard you tonight in a movie. There was a joke in the movie that we saw where some guy got shit splashed on his face, and he's like, I some of it with my mouth. And I heard Leon turn to you, Cyrus, and say, now that's what I call a shading grin.
I know. I just sat
Yeah,
there.
that wasn't appropriate. Whenever do those combinations come together of a guy getting shit on him and he's smiling real big trying to hide something?
Yeah.
been
You're
waiting
not
to-
watching the right kind of porn, clearly.
Yes. From Germany,
Yeah, I was
preferably.
gonna say my German's a little rusty.
Scheisse.
But this movie is pretty cool. It comes from that phrase of keeping up with the Joneses. The reason why is because in this film, we have a family that moves into a very, very affluent neighborhood, and they seem perfect.
Yeah, they're beautiful. The husband's handsome and athletic. The wife is sexy.
The kids are
two perfect kids.
Oh, and the thing is, they all seem to just adore each other. They seem like a very happy family.
And they have all the latest stuff.
That's the thing. And the moment they get in the neighborhood, there's only one thing off about them. It's like when you're hanging out with them, it's like, hey, oh yeah, have you heard about this phone? Or, oh, I got this brand of beer that you probably never heard about. Oh, come look at this furniture we just bought.
Look at my iPad.
Yeah, all that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's, by the way, this is called the Jobses, not the Joneses. No, it's and so you begin to learn, like, all right, this is not a real family. They're not even related to each other. They are a unit that's put together by a big marketing firm put in this rich neighborhood meant to make people jealous so they will go out and buy all this cool stuff that they have.
To be fair, it didn't seem off at all to me, because when you get together with groups of geeks, that's what geeks do. You go to a geek's house, you come to my house. I'll be like, oh yeah, check this shit out. This is awesome. I got the new this, I got this DVD, check out the new game I got. Yeah, we totally, white people, maybe it's a white people thing, I don't know, but we do that. Totally. So I wouldn't, if that happened in my neighborhood, I'd be like, damn, I gotta get that shit.
And see,
Yeah, because black people are never known for being materialistic emulators.
I know, exactly.
You have
Well, you
two
just-
real girls? I need three.
You just said it seemed weird. I was like, it didn't seem weird to me. I know people like that.
No.
I am people like that.
It seemed weird to us, the viewing audience, but for the people in the movie, the neighbors
Oh,
who
yeah.
come over and like, this is the most amazing part. Where did you get this? And they go like, oh girl, I got, this is an original blah, blah, blah. Or I got this real cheap and this is where you can go on a website and buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are all about, you know what, their jealousy is overweighing their common sense.
And to be
Yeah.
fair, this would only work in this type of neighborhood.
Yes.
No,
Super
actually-
affluent neighborhood.
Actually, I would argue that because they have people who move into the ghetto who like ride up with rims, TVs in their
Yeah.
cars. You know, hey, yo, man, where your wife get them gold teeth from? You
Yeah,
know?
but in the ghetto, they don't like go out and buy another one.
They
Like it. They
just
just
take it from you.
Well, they could be the
Chain, bitch.
That could be the Joneses too. Electric
Hey, you got
Boogaloo.
gonorrhea? I want gonorrhea too.
It's called the Jacksons. But no, man. So it is weird to me in this film because it's almost to the level of like a Truman Show type of science fiction, except that this is not science fiction. This is something that could very much happen, except that in the real world, the only thing that would make it not happen is that there's so many plot holes in this scheme that it would not work.
I don't know. I think it would work. The problem is just the way this plot in and of itself works out. I mean, there's problems that come because they're manufactured by the story to happen. And that's one of the problems with the movie is that, yeah, they feel really manufactured.
Yeah.
You almost want to yell at these characters. Really? It's a fucking job. Stop acting like an asshole.
Yeah.
But that is true. I mean, I don't know. I think it's the kind of plan that could work if you had to get a real family to And, you know, everybody in the family has to be on board, and they have to be that shallow that it's okay with them to make fake friends and know they're going to move away.
Yeah,
Plenty of families out there like that right now on reality TV.
But what's different?
Well, that's true. But here you have people who aren't actually related. And so, like, hey, you have your fake wife and you can be, you know, lovey-dovey in front of everybody. But at the end of the night, if you're a dude, you want to actually have sex with her. And if she's going like, no, you work for me.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Then you're like, well, where am I supposed to go?
Yeah, but that was him kind of being a douche too, because you're like, okay, dude, it is a job. Now, her being a douche was that, no, you can't sleep with the other girl in the family playing your daughter by Amber Heard, who's like wants to fuck him desperately.
Well, that's the thing in this family. I mean, is that they're just too beautiful to not be attracted to one another. You have David Duchovny and Demi Moore, and then you have their beautiful kids who are Amber Heard and Ben Hollingsworth. And you're right, David Duchovny comes in, and where it's just a job for Demi Moore, fucking David Duchovny, he's new on the scene. He's like, wait a minute, nobody told me I couldn't actually fuck my wife on this job. You know?
One would think it would be an assumption that you would not be able to.
And see, since none of them are related to one another, then you have all kind of mix-ups that happen. It's like the kids are older than teenagers, so they want to go out and do what they want to. One of the girls obviously Amber Heard in this movie's daughter obviously has a sex addiction problem. She tries to sleep with anything, including the father.
She especially likes older men.
Yeah, she likes older men.
I sure hope she gets help.
Are you sure this
Leon's clinic?
Are you sure this movie isn't Married with Children the movie? I mean, that's what it sounds like you're telling me.
No, it's not as trashy.
No. Yeah, these people aren't trashy at all, really. I mean, they are the ultimate salespeople, is what they are. They are like the highest tier. It's what happens when you're a good car salesman or whatever else. When you're really good, the secret corporation comes and sweeps you up and says, "You're ready to go to the next level."
It's like the Last Starfighter.
They're created by OCP.
Yeah, pretty much.
You can play this game real good. You need to save the galaxy. It's like, you sold how many cars? Listen, we got something special for you.
You know, I don't really see any difference between what they're doing morally and what any salesperson is doing. You're all pretending to be people's friends in that level, and people are buying into the fantasy of it.
Well, there is a difference. I mean, the
they're
problem
not making
there is some difference.
in this movie, what they're doing is they're not on the job, on the site, or coming to your home for like 5 minutes and trying to pitch you something. They're inviting you into your home, into their homes. They're pretending like they're your friends, and over a long period of time, you form these bonds and friendships. Well, at least the other person does, but to you, they're just a client. So the problem comes in is that you have a moral dilemma. Either you are going to become so callous to everybody out there that you're not going to have any emotions or feelings at all. You're going to end up alone. Or you're going to end up at some point feeling extremely guilty for what it is that you're doing, especially when you have circumstances that happen in this film like they do, which we won't spoil for you. But see, that's the thing in this movie that I loved about it, and that's the thing that also that made me not buy it, is there are problems that occur which seem natural at first, but then you think like, man, a company that has this much money to pitch these many expensive products, you think that they would plan ahead for these kind of problems, right? Especially something like, oh, well, what if somebody recognizes me from another neighborhood or another city? How do I handle that? Oh, what if we do put all these people together who don't work out? Well, how are you going to cover that up?
Well, not to mention there would be a battery of psychological tests for anyone who was thinking about being one of these salespeople. And David Duchovny's character in this would never have gotten the job.
Which is why he almost lost the job early on, because, I mean, they were iffy about him to begin with. And even at the beginning, I mean, that's one of the things happens early on when they're like, hey, your numbers are up. He's doing good, going up 3%, when everybody else is going up 20%. He's like, oh shit, I'm about to be fired.
Oh yeah. No, I love the way they set this whole thing up though. I mean, the setup for the movie, to me is the best thing.
Yeah.
It's like they pitch these people to the right groups of other people in this neighborhood, to the right little social groups that they have going on. David Duchovny, hey, he was close to being a golf pro at one time, so he can go out there and hang out at the country club.
Yeah.
Have all these people envious of him and want his stuff because he's just that good of a golfer. The kids are meant to be the most popular kids in school. They're manufactured to look that way and given all the stuff to be that way. That they have their own little cults around them when they get there. I thought that was great.
No, I do too. Something you said earlier about the company building things in case somebody recognized you. I can tell you, like, from my year or so working as a secret shopper, when I would go out, I'd have to pretend I was somebody else and have a whole backstory. And somebody came up with, knew my name or something, I had to just just tap dance around it.
And believe me, I tried so many times. Hey, Leon, what's up, man? Hey, my name is Bob. Leon, it's Corey. story, man. My name is Bob. Well, fuck you then, nigga. I don't fucking fuck about you anyway.
Security, call security.
And I turn around and go, those Negroes.
Yeah, that's what he did too. He was like, tisk.
I think with this
This is why we
movie,
can't have anything.
this movie kind of falls apart towards the end because it makes you really like all these
Yes.
people, and it makes you kind of want to do what they do. It seduces you into what they're doing, and it's hard not to. This corporation gives them everything. They're living the life of Riley, and all they have to do is go show it off, to go
Yeah.
brag about how cool their shit is. And let's face it, most of these rich people are doing that anyway.
true.
So it's a hard stretch to say that it's really wildly immoral or anything what they're doing, but the movie ends up wanting you to feel that way, and it just feels false when that note comes.
I think what you hit is that it overplays its hand because there is something that's amoral about it. I mean, no matter how much we tap dance around it. I'm
Sure.
saying tap dance. Or else I'm going to do a tap dance.
I know he's about to say you're going to get up and do little Bojangles for us.
Yeah. But also in doing a job like that, it's like, man, I would love to have this job where I get all the coolest stuff. But then, hey, I do great and I get moved on to the next town. And after a while, you're like, wait, I'm going after stuff the way I'm trying to get these suckers to buy stuff. And there's much more to life than this.
Well, I think that should have been where this went.
Right. It is where it should have gone. And it didn't.
It decided to go the beating you over the head with it, a visual metaphor that is almost embarrassing. It's so heavy-handed. And I feel like this could have been a really great romantic comedy because it's about the halfway point. You're like, man, I'm enjoying the hell out of this. It's funny. It's charming. I like these people and I really want David Duchovny and Demi Moore to get together, and then it just changes its tone drastically.
I have to ensure that my unit is selling their products.
Do you have a unit? That explains why we're in separate bedrooms, perhaps.
I like that change in tone. I tell you the thing that I really enjoyed the most about this film was the cameo by Willem Dafoe, who appeared in drag in this film and was like, I've never seen.
When does he not appear in drag?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I'm sorry, that was Lauren Hutton. I'm sorry.
Damn it.
Oh, dude.
I was about to go see this movie. Like, Willem Dafoe in drag again? Awesome.
She looks great for 80 years old. You got to give it that.
Oh, she's just 80? Jesus.
No, I know. I was gonna
She's too
say.
young for Corey.
She looks like she was propped up to put up there. The Jim Henson is still alive underneath her with his stick. Because right now, it's a choice between her and William Dafoe in drag. I'd have to think about it.
It is like having one of the witches from Macbeth come in and tell you, you're not doing your job. And you just sit there scared. Like,
Yeah, Lauren Hutton plays, what's her role? She's she comes
she's
in.
a director.
She's a director.
Yeah.
She comes
She's
in
their
to be
boss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's the whole unit's boss. And she comes in, gives them their assignments, tell them how they're doing, what their progress is, where they need to grow. And when she steps on the scene, I was like, God damn, to me, she really didn't like Willem Dafoe in drag. That's what I kept thinking about the whole time I saw her. In fact, I saw Willem Dafoe in drag in
Boondock Saints?
and I was like thinking,
Saints,
he looks so much hotter than she does in makeup.
When you were saying you were looking at her and you said, God damn, I was waiting for you to go, God damn, she's beautiful.
And you never can tell with this guy.
I finally met my limit. When I say I will fuck Willem Dafoe over a real vagina, that's something.
So that limit is pretty high there, folks.
yeah, I'm sure a lot of you can squeeze your way in there.
Room is still open on this bus.
Leon, you need to be careful next time you do one of those secret shoppers when you dress up like a Medea. You don't want him to talk to Corey.
I know.
He's trying to pick you up.
I'm approach Leon. Hey, girl. I'm not really. Oh, no matters.
Corey'd be like,
Girl name.
I know. I just don't care. You're so fine.
One of my fantasies, Leon.
Ever since Bugs Bunny dressed up.
I always want to do a little role play with you.
You remind me of my hot friend.
And drag.
Everybody was sexy dressed up as a girl. Shut the fuck up.
But I tell you, man, I really did enjoy David Duchovny in this. I
Yeah.
mean, I think that David Duchovny, I've gone back and forth with him, and I've liked him more and more. Californication really made me like him a lot, but this movie really made me like David Duchovny. I've seen him so many years just act with no emotions from that X-Files shit,
Right.
and good to see that the guy can actually have some range.
That's right, because he used to do all his acting. Like,
Yeah.
Right. To be fair, that was how he was supposed to play the character.
Exactly. I know.
But he would do it on X-Files, that's fine, but then in other movies
Right.
he would do it too.
Right, he didn't seem like he had much of a range for years. And I agree with you. I love that character on X-Files. I love that show. So I always had an appeal from that for him.
Sure.
But I agree. It was like, okay, David, I'm kind of giving up on you here. It seems like that's all you can do.
Yeah.
And then just lately, it's like he went back to acting classes or something and it opened up and suddenly he's playing these really likable, well-rounded characters like this.
That's good to hear because I like that. There's times when I like him, but yeah, for a little while I was like, if they ever make a droopy dog movie, they need to cast David Duchovny as Droopy Dog.
Because he was one of my favorite characters in Twin Peaks.
In drag. We come back again to drag. Hey, would you fuck David Duchovny in drag?
Before Lauren Hutton, yeah.
You should watch Twin Peaks.
Not in drag, not dressed up as Droopy Dog. No,
he's
Mulder. The truth is out there.
That's what the
Scully.
But I really did enjoy this movie despite the flaws, and I was going between matinee and rental because, like I said, the things that stand out to me that do not work in this movie are the things that say this scheme would not work in the real world at all. But I understand why they did it for this film. They had to set it up for the story. They had to set up conflict. Before I move on to ratings, I mean, we're talking about drag and everything. Why are we doing this when we got like a perfectly hot fucking female in this movie, Amber Heard?
Holy shit.
Who gets naked and even in shadow.
She does?
Holy shit.
Yeah,
All right, I'm giving this movie full price.
I don't even think the director wanted her to take off her clothes. I think she just did it anyway.
Yeah, right. It wasn't
my
even in the
God.
scene. She just said, fuck it, I'm showing my boobs because they're nice.
That's what makes it so painful when you watch this movie because, Demi Moore, who's looking pretty good herself, she won't have sex with David Duchovny. Amber Heard on her own gets naked, crawls in the bed with him, and what's her name comes down like, Captain Cockblock, like, no, get out of bed. I told you stop doing that. And it's like, wait, I can't have nothing. It's
Dude,
like,
when you see her climbing into bed with him, that scene is better than sex.
Fuck yeah. You know what?
Yeah,
Amber Heard is like my replacement for Scarlett Johansson because there was a moment when Scarlett Johansson, she was beautiful, she was fine, she was taking pictures where her tits were hanging out, and now she's dressing up like an old bag lady. But the moment I set eyes on Amanda Heard, I was like, here's her replacement all ready to go. Just somebody needs to get her naked in a movie, and then that's when she's going to rise to the top, baby.
Ryan Reynolds has a bag lady fetish, so.
like I say, it's like, man, I was thinking David Duchovny is like, this guy's balls must be bluer than Dr. Manhattan.
I know. I was
huge and blue and glowing with radioactive glow.
Hit everyone in the face.
I didn't have a hard time buying into that this could happen in real life, just the way that the plot manufactured their problems. I thought the problems were false, not the capability of doing it. But that him wanting to fuck Demi Moore over Amber Heard, that I had
not
issues
really.
with.
No,
I had real issues with that.
you are right about that because I would have said, "Fuck this job. I'm getting this right here. This is my bonus."
Let's be honest, fellas. You wouldn't have done neither one. You'd have tried to get both of them.
No. I would have taken what I could get.
He's not that confident.
It's at the moment, come on, I ain't gonna sneeze.
To be
all over,
fair,
right?
either one is a complete win. So,
Yeah, because Demi Moore is high.
get
I mean,
greedy.
for all of us who make fun of what's that punk Ashton Kutcher about dating an older woman. Hey, look, if you're gonna date an older woman,
yeah, she's not a
That's
bad
the
choice
one.
at
Yeah,
all.
she-
There's
I
a
can
scene
see
where she's in bed and she's kind of turning over to reach for something and the sheets are all tied up against her ass. I was like, man, it's like she hasn't aged a day.
No.
It's right back there one crazy summer.
I'm just scared if I would get with her, she'd like pull a Dick Clark where Dick Clark was like he never aged and then like over midnight
Hit
he
all
just
at
started
once?
all at once he just fell apart. And you're like, no.
Dude, what would happen is you'd like go like looking for a towel and you'd open the wrong door and there'd be that picture of her like ancient and hideous looking. Oh God, you weren't supposed to see that.
yeah. You having sex with her, she just all of a sudden starts drooling and having convulsions.
Her breasts start to her tits start to sag all over my head. I can't breathe.
Dude, if that happens, you will be praying for David Duchovny to show up at that point. Help, Mulder, help!
The truth is here. It's on top of me. No, I enjoyed the movie so much, just first for the setup of the story, then I enjoyed it for the characters after that. So I'm going to give it a full price. And I know the movie has problems, and I really don't. And I think those problems are going to stick out probably more to the people than me when they see it. But I can't complain for a movie that I enjoyed all the way through.
Yeah, it's definitely an imperfect film, but it has a hell of a lot of charm to it. And it's got some just great, really funny performances by all the leads. There's some nice twists in it. It's not terribly predictable, but it suffers enormously from what I thought was an ending that I couldn't buy into at all. That I just was like, okay, whatever. And that brought it down to a high matinee for me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it's funny. I thought your rating was going to be lower because I feel like I'm right in between you guys, where I really did like it. And as much as I can't, disavow anything you said, Cyrus, those things just didn't bother me that much because I was enjoying it so much, enjoying the performances and the twists, and it had genuine tension, and just what a great premise. So like, wow, how will this work out? And for the most part, the way they work it, yeah, Corey, you're right, this couldn't work. Although there is a slim chance you could get it to work. But yeah, I gotta go matinee, a high matinee.
And I will say, if the beautiful Miss Heard is showing her love jugs,
Amber Heard. Before you were so into it, you were like Amanda Heard, Allison Heard.
Hey, she's from Austin. Maybe she'll come to the spill party.
Huh?
Now,
You never know.
Be nice.
Don't scare her away.
Finish your statement, but be nice.
She's like ScarJo, the
I haven't even
prequel.
seen it, but because she's naked, I'm giving it full price. You're beautiful, baby. Whatever your name is, Miss Heard.
Better than robot sex.
You know what? Knowing that you've done like secret shopper shit now, I'm gonna catch you at a Dairy Queen one day, where you're at the counter trying to order it under a name like Mr. Jones or Mr. Cox or whatever.
And he's gonna completely come behind you and grab your ass.
I know. I'm gonna come up to you. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Leon, what's up? You still doing the secret shopping thing?" And then the kid behind the Dairy Queen kind of gonna be like, "You fucking wearing a wire? You motherfucker!"
Man, those guys will put a cap in your ass fast.